Hello, folks. So, in this video, I just wanted to say a simple thing about financial decisions. I think financial decisions have to be simple and easy and straightforward. That way things are easier, or even any decision, it should be easier. There should be some sort of simple method and not just very complicated methods. That way, it's easier to make decisions. Because, for example, I have thought about like making decisions for financial planning based on say doing calculations, reading. For example, there's this website called FreeFinCal and all. That's a like lot of calculation, a lot of data to look at. I want it to be easier. I know it comes at a cost if it has to be easy, and I think it's fine as long as like I'm able to make a calculated guess of like how much bad or problematic something can be. Say I invest in a mutual fund and like I'm like I know this is like an okay mutual fund, say some index fund, but then Free Finkel has this information around how bad an index fund is in this in terms of like the accuracy of how they're able to maintain with like the index itself. For example, Nifty 50 index, the mutual fund, the index fund will actually be tracking the Nifty 50 index, right? And investing in the Nifty 50 index stocks. Say 50 stocks are there. Similarly, index funds like say, I don't know, HDFC or whatever for Sensex index fund, right? Then they'll be tracking Sensex 30 funds and they'll be doing it. So there is some sort of like accuracy that is there to this. So Free Finkel, I remember it having data around like how accurate, what is the error percentage and all. Like for example, sometimes the index fund can make more money, sometimes the index fund can make less money based on like the actual Nifty 50 index. The tracker and the information around it talks about how if it makes less money than the Nifty 50 index, it makes sense because the mutual fund is trying to catch up to the Nifty 50 index, right? Whenever there's a change, they go ahead and make the change. But then, when basically, if the mutual fund performs less than the actual index, right? Index mutual fund performs less than the actual index. But then it talks about how, but and you don't want it to be performing very bad though. It performs less, but not too bad. But then if it's performing too better than the index, then it's tricky, and how better it is also tricky. If it's performing too better, that is also a sign that it's not good. It seems. I'm yet to read about it, but this was long back when I checked it out. I was like, oops. So the index fund, I always put the same index fund. Let's say, for example, then do I have to worry about like do I have to change the index fund from in which I'm putting in case the error rates are bad? There's a lot of data even for something as simple as say index fund, which I think is simple. Like index fund is going to track that index and you put the money. But then of course nothing is perfect, right? So index fund, the fund house may not be perfect, but how good are they is a question, right? So for now, I just make very simple decisions. But when the decision gets harder, you need to put in more time, effort, energy, and money and all that. Say get financial advisors, get all this data from FreeFincal. A lot of data from FreeFincal are like paid, but of course the knowledge is free usually. They do have some paid courses, a few courses, but data like they put out data, publish data every month and whatnot for many different things. How the performance is for index mutual funds and like other mutual funds and whatnot. They have a lot of different kinds of data. I think I don't know all of it. I just remember this index fund performance, the tracking, error tracking, basically. Not the performance, more like error tracking. So how much error and how much off are they from the index? So yeah, just drawing parallels. I think it's nice to keep decisions easy, simple, or else things get a bit complicated. It takes more time to take a decision. For example, if I'm eating food, if I start thinking about like which food do I eat, these are the things that I have to look for and whatnot. it'll take a lot of time to just decide. And I've done this before, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make the decision to actually be easy and quickly get the thing done. But it takes some time to get experienced around it. So even financial decisions, food decisions, whatever decision, it takes some time to get around to understanding how you want to make a decision based on what factors and whatnot. So, but over time, it's better and easier if you take less effort, less time, less energy, less money, and whatnot to make a decision for anything. Yeah. Some core values, core ideas that you have, that some core goals, what are you optimizing for? If you know all of this and have a good idea, and based on experience, if you can make a good decision, it's good enough. A good enough decision is good enough, I think. Perfect, it's going to take time. That's all I want to talk about in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.